the narrative is much better for the Dubois rematch. You've got the fact that they fought, and then since then, Dubois has been on a tear, beating guys that he was the underdog against, Ergovich, and then Anthony Joshua, of course. You know, the guy has like really revamped his entire career, turned it around, gone from a guy that people saw as a quitter to being potentially the most dangerous man in the world. So you've got this narrative now that Dubois is a different guy, so this rematch will be different. Also, you have the fact that Usyk, in the ring after his win over Tyson Fury, Dubois came into the ring, challenged him, and Usyk said, Your Excellency, Turkey, make the fight with Dubois. He's a man of his word. That guy says something, there's a good chance it's going to happen. So I believe the narrative is there, you know, for this fight, obviously, and this is one of the reasons why.
So, you know, he's got a chart, he's got a massive shot, but how do you bet against someone who's never lost? He doesn't know what it's like to lose. But I think if there's ever a chance for Dubois to beat someone like Usyk, it's now with the momentum he's got, you know, at home. He's got everything in his favour. And, you know, Usyk has got nothing to gain, really, because he's already beat. But he done the same thing with Tyson Fury and AJ. Gave them both rematches and done it better the second time round. So I'm really intrigued in this fight, and you know, everyone's going to be behind Daniel Dubois. You know, he's a great guy, straight down the line. But he's fighting a wizard. He's fighting someone who doesn't know what it's like to lose. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we get another Usyk victory. But I also wouldn't be surprised if Usyk starts showing signs of age. Hard training camps, all those amateur fights, world championships, amateur, the WSBs. He's done so much, so many rounds on the clock, so many miles on the clock. I
think both of them coming off losses. It's the fight we always wanted to see as domestic boxing fans.
Yeah, I suppose that fight is right there, and everybody still wants to see it. But to be honest, we've still got Daniel Dubois, and I was sat next to Daniel Dubois.
Triple D, baby.
Triple D, baby, all day, every day. Let me just tell you this. In my eyes, for me, he's the only one. Triple D is the only one, Daniel Dubois is the only one that's ever hurt Usyk and put him down on the floor and made him think. And he was down there for like 3-4 minutes. So who's to say that once he fights Usyk again, to go out there and absolutely destroy him and bring our belts back to our country like it's...
Do you believe that you would knock Anthony Joshua out?
如果说这场比赛真的发生了，你觉得你能把约瑟给干掉吗？主要对能干掉。Absolutely.
Usyk Dubois next week, who wins?
预测一下下周乌西克和杜博。
以前我都是预测乌西克会赢，但是这一次我还是比较喜欢。
Daniel, where is Daniel? Okay.
Someone here, right in the middle, please. Excuse me, sir. I used to be a fan of Usyk's style. I still am. But this time I'm favouring
sooner or later. I mean, he is getting on. I mean, forget the professional fights, actually, which he's had a lot, not bucket loads, but it's the amateur contests as well. I mean, what, over 200 amateur fights. There is absolutely no doubt that Alexander Usyk doesn't like it to the body. I mean, it's the famous low blow situation of last time. Was it low? Whatever. I mean, that was the past. But one thing is for sure. He don't like it to the body. You saw when AJ hit him to the body, he said it was low there, he turned away. Obviously the borderline shot against Dubois, he was hurt. I mean, one thing's for sure, he didn't cop one in the nuts, right? Whether it was low or not was debatable, but it wasn't. He went down because he was hurt, really, to the stomach, not to the.
And he moaned to the referee, as he did against
for a long time.
It gives a lot more. It's a different Dubois. It's a different fight. I think he gives a lot more problem. I think he's got a lot more confidence. I think he's starting to realise when he hits things, things fall over. You know, if he hits them often enough and clean enough, it doesn't matter who you are, if you're Usyk or whoever else. I know he's a tough man, Usyk, but if Daniel hits you often enough and hard enough, you break. It's very simple. It's not rocket science. Saying that, I know he's in great form and that, but this Usyk, mate, he's the real deal, mate. So no one just get giddy and get too excited about Daniel, mate. We're talking about the real deal, and Alexander Usyk. When he needs to be tough and when he needs to be super smart, he's that as well. But I think Daniel with the wave of confidence he's got, would cause him more problems now than he did before.
It's the best fight. I think they're the best two heavyweights in the world, and there was a bit of controversy with the last time, which goes with the grain in boxing, doesn't it? A bit of controversy, but no, I think Daniel's got a better chance than he had the first time. Yeah, what with the win off Joshua, that his confidence is massively up. Well, when he fought Usyk last time, he come off the defeat from Joyce, and but now he's absolutely flying. He's got as good a chance, better chance than he had the first time around.
In one of the most anticipated heavyweight rematches of the decade, Alexander Usyk and Daniel Dubois are set to run it back, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Last time they met, Usyk retained his belts, but controversy stole the headlines. A borderline body shot from Dubois dropped the Ukrainian, sparking debate. Was it low or was it legal? Usyk went on to win by 9th round stoppage, but the question still lingers, did Dubois expose a weakness? Since that fight, Dubois has evolved. Once labeled mentally fragile, he's silenced critics with a string of knockout wins over Jarrell Miller, Anthony Joshua.
I don't know, I think Dubois has as good a chance as anybody at the moment because he's on a good roll. He's going to come trying to steamroll Usyk. Unless Usyk's got old overnight, I don't see him slipping up. It's a good fight, two good champions, and I'm looking forward to it.
What's going to be the difference?
I'm going to win, that's it.
By KO?
A win, that's the main thing, a win. Points, knockout, anything, a win. Whatever way it comes.
You see this one, Adam, playing out?
Different to the first one. I can make much more of an argument for Dubois in this fight.
Me too.
Firstly, because he actually had success in the first fight.
He did. Do you think it was a low blow?
No.
No.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
You do think it was a low blow?
Absolutely was. If you look,
you do?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, sorry. You caught me out then with the question. If you watch, it lands low, and while it's got contact with the shorts, it actually rides up at the point of impact.
So I've no use to my argument.
But it's irrelevant because they're going to fight again. Usyk won the first time, and as he said, he won by stoppage. But Daniel Dubois is a different fighter now. Fighting is 90% mental, and he is a completely different fighter mentally. He lets his hands go with freedom. He now trusts his engine because he had those rounds with Jarrell Miller that tested his engine. So he's kind of ticked the little boxes along the way, old school.
Final one, Usyk, Dubois or Anthony Joshua, who would you rather fight? Just hypothetically.
Who would I rather fight right now? Usyk. Because I want me revenge in England. That's all I want. I want a fair shout. And I don't believe I've got a fair shout the last 2 times. So I don't know what I'm going to have to do because I can't really go to the decision. I'm going to have to knock the cunt out. But yeah, that's the one I want. But if I don't get that, then it'd be Joshua, the biggest British fight that will ever happen. And it would break all records. And it would sell out 100,000 at Wembley in an hour. And it's a fight that I think can happen for sure if I decide to come back. And the deal's right and all the other that goes with advice you give to Dubois against Usyk. You knock him out because I wouldn't say that because it's in England and it's on his own show, so just do the best you can. That's it, best you can. It hurt him before the body shot put him down.
I think Dubois is going to beat him. That's my early prediction. I know a lot of people will obviously fancy Usyk, and rightfully so. And as much as I like Dubois and think he's getting better and all the rest of it, I'd like to see Usyk win. I think Usyk's a great fella and a great fighter, but I think Dubois will win.
We've seen them do the wrong things in the past. We've seen him take a knee, whatever have you. But the best way to explain Daniel Dubois is he's a 27-year-old veteran. He's experienced everything the boxing can throw at him. He's been dropped, he's been down, he's been stopped, and he's found a way back. And he's now on the back of his biggest ever victories. He's on his best ever run. The victory over AJ was I think, Daniel Dubois' big chance here is the first 6.
He carries his power late though.
No, he does, but
slows down a bit, doesn't he?
It's not that he slows down. It's up here.
He's now the IBF heavyweight champion and enters the rematch not as a hopeful contender, but as a serious threat. Even Zhang, once a vocal supporter of Usyk, has flipped sides, now backing the younger, stronger Dubois. Why? Confidence, power, momentum. But let's not forget who Usyk is, undisputed at cruiserweight, conqueror of Joshua twice, and most recently, Tyson Fury. His movement? timing and fight IQ are unmatched. He's made a career out of proving people wrong. Still, time is creeping in. After 2 grueling battles with Fury and years of wear from a deep amateur and pro career, some wonder, is this the moment Usyk finally slows down? Tyson Fury and other boxing minds are split. Some believe Dubois now has the tools to finish what he started.
Dubois, Usyk, how does that go?
I'll do this every single time and say that someone's going to beat Usyk. I think at this stage, Dan is. I think it's going to come down to youth. Like, Dan's very, very intense. He's on a high right now. He's going to have Don Charles in his corner screaming him on. So Usyk is definitely a talented boxer. We've seen it. He's one of the best we've seen. Movement and you know, keeping someone under mental pressure. However, if someone's not thinking about that and you're not able to hurt them, although he did stop him in the last fight, in this fight, if he comes in with that kill or be killed mentality and just keeps on going from round 1 to round 12, at some point I just think he's going to catch Usyk, and then it could be the beginning of the end. That's my thoughts. I mean, Usyk has got a black eye. We've never seen him with a black eye before. Is it because he's 37? I don't know. But you know, like, I don't know. I just can't see how he's able to.
I love both guys. I have respect for both guys. And look, we're close to Usyk, so I'm not going to hide that. And I think a lot of both of them as men. Forget about fighters, as men. I think a lot of Usyk, the man he is, what he's done really for his country, to really fight during the pressure of his country being torn apart and invaded by another country, by Russia, and to fight during those times and that going on in his country with his people, and just, like I said, just destroying what he loves. Ukraine. And I also have a lot of respect for Dubois, for the man he is and what he's become. That he fell apart in 2 fights. Yeah, different things happen, I get it, but physical things happen in the fight with Joyce, and then in the fight with Usyk, where Usyk, some people think that it should have been a punch to the body, it shouldn't have been a breakage and a stoppage, and that it changed.
As I mentioned at the start, I'm here for the rematch for Alexander Usyk, Daniel Dubois, second time. The first time they fought, Dubois got stopped with a heavy, stiff-looking jab from the southpaw position, and people questioned his desire and heart for the game, saying that he kind of quit. I mean, he did get dropped with a right hand, and he did just stand up in time, like 9 seconds, and the referee waved it off. But he had a really good fight. He really did give Usyk something to think about. He hit him with that low blow. It was borderline. It wasn't straight in the crown jewels, but it was a low blow, and the referee declared it no knockdown. And a big fuss and song and dance was made about it being a low blow. Frank Warren made a big deal about it, and fair enough. I mean, Dubois put Usyk on the floor, and it was borderline. And you've probably seen everything. It was ruled a low blow, so it didn't go in Daniel Dubois' favour. Usyk got 4 or 5 minutes to recover, climbed off the floor, and then ended up stopping Daniel Dubois with a solid right hand. I think it was round 9. And yeah, won the fight, defended his titles. But this is the rematch, and Dubois is a different animal. He's a better fighter now. He's had some great wins against Gerald Miller, Hrgovic. He absolutely splattered Anthony Joshua. We've seen that fight, and he's now full of confidence. He's on the crest of a wave, and he's a guy now getting into the ring really, really solidly, believing in himself. He's like a new fighter. He's now IBF world champion. He's not beaten the champ to get.
Chance do you give Daniel Dubois in comparison to the second AJ fight, the Fury fights?
I think Daniel's performance in this fight will be better than his first fight against Usyk, but I do believe Usyk will put on a better performance and probably stop Daniel, in my opinion. Usyk has forever shown the public that let me blueprint your download your blueprint, and I've got your number. He beat Tyson better the second time. He beat AJ better the second time, and both fighters boxed better the second time around. So the only thing Daniel's got now, he's got unbelievable self-belief and confidence that's come since their last fight. So again, we'll just see what's changed.
Any heavyweight or any fighter gets hit by Daniel will have a hard time. He really punches hard. I mean, it's obvious, you know. There's a reason why he knocked out Anthony Joshua in sparring. He's dropped many fighters in sparring because he's a massive puncher. So I think if you can avoid that big punch and boxing and hurt him and put him on the back foot, you got a chance to beat Daniel.
Others insist Usyk's brain will beat Dubois' brawn again. This isn't just about titles anymore. It's legacy, redemption, power versus precision, the veteran master versus the rising monster. So the question is, has Dubois really grown enough to dethrone a living legend? We're about to find out.